In this short video, you will learn why it is very important to address joint pain when you get it sooner rather than later because of the domino effect, and what you can do to stop it happening. So why should you take notice of the early signs of joint pain? I call them feathers. They are something that you notice, but not painful enough to do something about. If you're like me in the early days, I thought the joint pain and the associated lack of mobility I experienced after sport or strenuous activity was simply a function of me getting older. It is, however, important to know that pain in one area can cause pain in another area that could easily have been avoided had the primary area been treated. The most common cause of joint pain is caused by wearing down of the cartilage. This is called osteoarthritis. Other causes of joint pain can include the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, and the bursa. These structures are located outside of the joint itself. It's important to realize that all of these structures work together as a unit to allow for joint motion. When a problem occurs in one area, it can often have a cascading effect on other areas. For example, if you have osteoarthritis in your knee, you may start developing a limp because of the pain associated with the arthritic condition, which in turn puts stress on the tendons, muscles, and ligaments, not only in that joint, but in joints of adjacent areas, such as hips, lower back, ankles, etc. When this happens, the feather has now developed into what I call the 4x2, where activities that were once taken for granted are no longer possible because of the stabbing, shooting, severe joint pain, and eventual loss of mobility. But who wants that, right? If you're ready to take preventative action, OsteoProCare is a product that you should consider. OsteoProCare is listed on the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods and is therefore manufactured to the high Australian standards of good manufacturing practices for medicinal products. OsteoProCare is a high-potency, highly absorbable liquid calcium and mineral supplement containing glucosamine, chondroitin, and micro amounts of 46 trace and ultra-trace minerals, delivering 1,200 milligrams of calcium and 600 milligrams of magnesium per serving. OsteoProCare is also enhanced with 1,000 international units of vitamin D3 per daily intake. While vitamin D can be obtained through sunlight exposure and diet, very few foods can naturally contain it. OsteoProCare has a 90-day, 100% money-back guarantee. In closing, let me tell you about my experience with OsteoProCare. During winter of this year, I was waking up quite stiff and had a painful clicking in my ankles for the first 5 minutes of being up and about. OsteoProCare was recommended to me by a close friend. Of course, I was quite skeptical, but decided to give it a go on the basis of the 90-day money-back guarantee. I mean, what did I have to lose? Right? To my surprise, after a couple of weeks, the clicking and pain disappeared. I thought, awesome! I'm fixed, and I stopped taking it. And wouldn't you know it, a few weeks later the clicking started again. After I started using the OsteoProCare again, the clicking went away and has never returned. I noticed a few other things were happening. My fingernails were growing faster and no longer split like they used to. I'm also more flexible and can now touch my toes. I now diligently take my OsteoProCare each evening. It has kind of become my mobility insurance. My story is not unusual. There are hundreds of testimonials from around the world. Anyways, if you'd like to take OsteoProCare for a test drive in your body for 90 days, the risk is ours.